Opinion: why India should wish Trump luck as he flirts with Pakistan and Asim Munir. When US President Donald Trump meets Pakistan Army Chief General Asim Munir over lunch on Wednesday, the Chinese will certainly be on the menu. Why else would the most powerful person in the world meet a man who rules by proxy a rogue state which most recently got pockmarked by Indian missiles in Operation Sindoor? There is understandably great indignation in India's mainstream and social media. It looks almost like a betrayal by a superpower which publicly proclaims India as a close ally, and with whom it shares core democratic values and the principles of a rules-based order. Trump annoyed India when he jumped in during India's reprisal to the Pahalgam massacre carried out by Pakistan-backed terrorists. He offered to play mediator, then rehyphenated India and Pakistan despite the massive chasm between their economies and military might, and went on to praising Pakistan. India could have shrugged it off as actions of a highly narcissistic, unstable mind. But the invitation to Munir takes it beyond diplomatic whim. There is most likely a pattern. Should India be bothered, India ought to be on its guard, but it does not need to be overly perturbed. First, it must accept the basic premise of international diplomacy and geopolitics that each nation only acts in self-interest. India itself has maintained a brilliant balance through the Russia-Ukraine and Israel-Iran-Palestine conflicts. It bought oil and arms from Russia and kept its traditional strong bond with the Kremlin and the Russian people. At the same time, it continued its robust alliances with the US and rest of the West. It has only strengthened its deep ties with Israel while hanging on to its traditional friendship with Iran. India has even improved its relations with China lately. The relationship is probably at its best now. So, we should not grudge if the US pats Pakistan once in a while. There is still no substantial new economic cooperation till now. Second, Trump's courtship of Munir brazenly undermines Sharif and the semblance of a civilian democratic setup in Pakistan. It will serve to further alienate the already violently restive populations in places like Balochistan, Sindh, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, including Gilgit-Baltistan. Third, and more importantly, by seemingly flirting with Munir, Trump is trying to pry Pakistan away from China. Just as his overtures to Putin are to wean Russia away from the arms of the dragon. The US also wants to gain control of the natural minerals of Balochistan. Besides, Pakistan's weapons are mostly Chinese, so Beijing ought to be more worried with this embrace than New Delhi. Fourth, any country which fattened Pakistan or sheltered Pakistanis on its soil has suffered terrible consequences. The Pakistani rape gangs of the UK are an example. The US has perhaps forgotten its own experience in the War on Terror after 9/11. It provided Pakistan with financial and military aid totaling over an estimated $18 billion. Most of the money was rerouted to either the pockets of the generals or to buttress Pakistan's terror infrastructure. It actually helped Pakistan to export terror the world over. Almost every major terror attack in the world can still be directly or indirectly traced back to Pakistan. Osama bin Laden was found living next door to the Pak military hub in Abbottabad. Americans themselves have been raising the red flag against unquestioned aid to Pakistan for nearly 2 decades. In his opening statement, U.S. Senator from New Jersey Robert Menendez said at the hearing before the Committee of Foreign Relations, U.S. Senate, on December 6, 2007, the United States has provided about $10 billion in financial assistance to Pakistan since 2001. In spite of that $10 billion, Al-Qaeda and the Taliban have a safe haven in the FATA region. Osama bin Laden is still on the loose in the region. Anti-Americanism remains high and Pakistan's president has repeatedly exercised the powers of a dictator. Do we dare call our policies in that respect a success? My concern is that we may be spending this money to simply prop up a dictatorial ruler with a poor and worsening record. Swipe left for next video. It tellingly captures America's too clever behalf policy regarding Pakistan. Trump seems to be walking down that road. If anything, India's attitude should be to wish good luck to all those who want to get in bed with the Pakistanis. Abhijit Majumdar is a senior journalist. Views expressed in the above piece are personal and solely those of the author. They do not necessarily reflect NEWS18's views. Latest blogs